This looks crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What's up? Good morning. Breaking news. Breaking news. Holy moly. Wow. What in the heck is this? Wow. Were they people in those cars? Oh, man. Wow. Looks like a bomb went off. Holy moly.
You want it?
Not this second, but thank you. I'm still live right now.
Do you want me to drone or no?
Sure. I'm gonna need a battery. How did you walk in or did you drive in?
I got a battery for you if you want
Did you walk in or drive in?
to walk in, park by you.
Okay. Yeah, these guys. It was friction the whole way,
Oh, yeah.
and it was friction with a lieutenant right now. I was here for the longest time until anybody else got here.
I saw some cop put his hand in your face a little while ago.
Oh, that's okay. I got. I have. Okay, I'll take it now.
What do you need?
It's horrible talking to me. No, I think I'm okay still. I put fresh ones in when I left the house, and I'm like, I know this sucks, but you should have called John first.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't even know you texted because I woke up to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
Then
I
I
went
saw-
to bed
then
at
I saw
2,
the
so
text.
just know I got like an hour and a half of sleep,
Oh, damn,
if
bro.
that. And we still got to do that run through.
You know.
Ooh, this thing's loosey goosey. Thanks, man. Appreciate the.
I mean,
Wow, 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 wow.
God, I'm like, this always happens. Like,
Wow.
I'm always the one inside.
Good morning.
What's
I'm
up,
getting
bro?
set up here, launching on other platforms right now, so everybody
Yep.
knows.
Yeah, they're coming.
Okay, well they'll control this after that.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is crazy,
Where we
dude.
are, it's good if you don't mind.
I won't go any farther than this.
we don't need better than this.
We're just bringing everybody live images and let them know what's going on. So you know how we are.
No.
I know we talked. That's why they're in my ears
San
like
Diego. They're saying this is a
1
small
minute.
plane that crashed into a
No
neighborhood.
worries.
We just know.
I won't walk around this debris because they need to look at it.
Oh,
There's
man.
stuff in here that
Yeah,
they're going to document everything.
There's fuel and all that stuff.
Yeah. The fuel I'm not worried about. Like I said,
Well, I know you're not.
Authorities have not released how many people were on the plane.
You understand me? I don't know how they're sitting there.
Wow.
Honestly, you guys, you know too, but they'll use like health and safety like to move us, and it doesn't matter. Like
This
we
is
have our own
normal.
insurance, we're in charge of
You're
our own
safe for
health and
flying.
safety. So
Risk your life if you would.
yeah, we can risk exactly. So I mean, we appreciate the help, but it's kind of our call to like risk our life for this stuff. That's why we do it. That's why you do it too, a little bit. Probably do it to help people, but
Well, we help people.
20
too.
seconds, got it. Thank you, appreciate it. 20 out. I can't tell. I'm gonna try and zoom in now with this tripod. It's gotta be pieces that gotta be where it's smoldering. My proxy's flashing. I guess I haven't cleared out my proxy. Okay, here we go. Damn it.
This is crazy, man. Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Okay, you haven't got any sound from residents.
I got nothing.
Can you see what I can do about
Okay,
it? Now I know where you're at.
okay.
I couldn't get a hold of anybody.
I know. It's awful.
Nobody answered the phone at the station.
One sec. Well, as I'm shooting down the 10,000 block of Sample Street, and like I said, I'm trying to be a little cautious here about some of this yellow covering because it's most definitely going to be a casualty
body.
from
That's a
this
body.
incident. But
Oh,
if you
damn.
look here, you'll see, I want to get beyond this potentially now that we've got some more equipment out here and tripods, and I can get a little steadier for you. But I'm going to punch in a little bit more here just to see if we can see what, that kind of piece that looks jagged to me looks possibly from an airplane, but again, very hard to see at this distance. But you can see whatever it is, it's definitely rested and rounded. I can see kind of a rounded area to the top of that, and then the jaggedy part to the right. So from what I've seen in my experience, that looks like it could be potentially part of the plane, if that's what it was. Still don't really even know what kind of plane, how small, how big, but let me come back out here and you can obviously see the utter destruction that it caused. Again, this looks like it may have skidded down or skidded through here, but definitely caught all these
Good morning,
cars
this is
on
San Diego.
fire
San
its way
Diego.
through. I'm going to come back out. Sorry about that. I had to punch out of here. And then we'll go into the home here. This home looks like potentially where it may have made the biggest impact and caught that on fire as well. But again, like we looked earlier, I see like a cinder block wall over here that looks like it possibly careened through. And just to give you a little bit of smell-o-vision, definitely smells very, very heavy aviation fuel. They did move a lot of the firefighters out. I'm sure they don't want them close to this as long as they have to be, just because of the contaminants and everything that was going on, obviously, when it was burning. Like I said, we were up at the Palisade fires, and this is reminiscent, obviously, to what the smells were like out there.
Wow, look at
Obviously,
those
this
cars,
is right
dude.
here in our
The
backyard,
house, the cars.
on Sample Street,
That's
on the
crazy.
10,000 block in the military housing area. So you can only imagine at 4 a.m. when this happened, this was a
Jesus.
harsh and horrible wake-up call for anybody in this area. But as I continue showing you through here, there's a couple of law enforcement officers. There's a car, and if you look at it, the positioning of the car, this is not normal. The car should not be sitting in that front lawn like that and pointed in that direction. I doubt they allowed them to do that. Here's a dog here. I don't know.
Morning,
what
guys.
kind
I'm
of dog.
live. I'm live.
I guess it's potentially
Plane
a cadaver
crash in
dog,
San
but
Diego.
not sure. Because
Major
there is still a lot of
damage.
debris.
Not sure how many deaths there
all
are.
around us. But that's new. The chief of police
San Diego,
has shown
California.
up.
We're live.
I did
YouTube,
see him
Facebook.
come through here. He had
Holy
a very
crap,
somber
it's
look on his
crazy.
face when he was looking down the street here. Obviously, not something you ever want to happen in your neighborhood. And for as long as I've been doing this, I only remember one or two devastating plane crashes here in the Tirasena, Balboa, Claremont area, but this one for sure is one of the worst I've seen.
Yeah, bro. That shit almost looks like a bomb hit. That's so crazy to see it like that. So a small plane crashed into a San Diego military housing neighborhood. Addressing reporters at the site of the crash, San Diego Fire Rescue Department Assistant Chief Dan Eddy said the small plane struck about 15 homes. What? Causing multiple homes and cars to catch fire. Wow. Hell of a way to wake up. I'm telling you, you could just be in your house, sleeping, chilling, whatever, and boom, out of nowhere.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Can you talk to me in transmissions? Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, that's terrible. Park here.
Let's see if we can get some other broadcast.
Is that nobody has been transported to the hospital, which is good news for neighbors. Obviously, we do not know.
There's aircraft debris everywhere in this particular intersection. And also the damage to the vehicles, as you pointed out, Raul, the charred vehicles extends further down this street. What you're looking at here, this is actually Sample Street. So you're right, it's right now, it's hard to really gauge, exactly where this plane crashed, but the images indicate that it possibly could have made a direct impact here at this home. Now we're still waiting for the official briefing. Again, in terms of what happened to the people who were in this home, what part of the house are we looking at here when we see this gaping hole? There is a vehicle on the property. Was that vehicle parked there, or perhaps that vehicle, was moved because of the impact, moved from the street onto the property? It is charred. There are fire lines everywhere, water hoses, because the multiple fire units from San Diego Rescue are here. They were among the first responders here, putting on, obviously doing what they do and extinguishing the flames. Jose Isea is here with the city of San Diego. We'll try to grab him in just a moment. Was trying to flag him down. Perhaps he has some information to pass along to San Diegans who have questions about what happened here. Right now, behind me, we're looking at firefighters.
Look at that.
They
Oh my God.
are putting up a ladder. Appears to maybe they're wanting to gain access to the second story. And these homes, I should point out, they look like they're townhomes, right? They look like they share a wall. It looks like they might be 2 or 3 units all in one building, as we're getting a closer look. So not exactly single family homes, but this particular area is more looks more to be like a townhome complex. Again, a heavy military community here in Murphy Canyon, guys.
Mamma mia.
What's that?
Everybody evacuated from
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just asking a firefighter if they had seen anything up on that second floor. I asked if everyone had been evacuated. He just nodded. So yeah. So really, I mean, these men and women who are out here on the front lines don't have a lot of information to pass along to us. Their number one job right now is to respond, to contain, and get the scene under control. So we'll really have to wait from officials.
Thank you, Allison. Appreciate the
as
five.
to
Good
casualties,
morning.
what's going on with with the residents who were directly impacted by this crash. But they have obviously moved their ladder away. They were possibly looking to maybe inspect. We do have an inspector who's here standing
Morning,
behind
Twitch,
me.
morning,
I'm
Facebook.
not sure who he is,
Facebook.
but he has health inspector, possibly from the city or county. But again, this is something very fluid, as you know. This just happened a few hours ago, and it's pretty remarkable that firefighters have contained flames that have sparked because of this plane crash.
That yellow tarp.
There are.
I don't know how many injuries or deaths. That yellow tarp on the right-hand side. I don't know if you saw it a minute ago. That's right there. That's supposedly a body. I don't know how many injuries or deaths. They haven't said how many people were on the plane. This is in San Diego, California. This happened over, I guess, a military area, like a military residential area, I guess. Look at that house. Wow. Look at where the truck is at, too. The pickup truck. It's almost inside the house. Said the area was evacuated. San Diego police said to avoid the area, stay away from the area. This happened like at 3 something in the morning, I think, Cali time, so that'd be 9 something Eastern in the morning. Wow, look at this, the front of this car, how hood's popped. The inside looks just decimated. It looks like a bomb went off over there. Jeez. Tina, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Oh, you saw 2 tarps? Damn, man, what a way to, like, I can't imagine just probably in deep sleep and just boom, like out of nowhere, you know? Roaches.
No, we're gonna have a briefing at 7.
So we are going to do the JD trial today when Kid Cudi takes the stand, whenever that is. He's supposed to definitely testify today. But they're saying they couldn't locate Gina, Diddy's former girlfriend. She's still missing. Oh, no. What's going on with Gina? Was she paid off? I don't know.
The mayor's getting briefed right now. So.
As far as this plane crash, I'm going to see if I can find information. There's very little information coming out.
Treated and released, but that was it.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah, they all self-evacuated.
They self-evacuated. Okay.
Self-evacuated.
This is the direct impact then, just based on.
Correct.
Okay.
If you guys,
Wow.
if you guys
15 homes set on fire.
You'll see a wing, some rudders on the road.
Jeez. That's what they said. 15 homes affected.
There was a downfall in the street on Santa.
On Santa.
I almost crashed into it this morning.
Crashed there and then.
Yeah, hit the pole, lost a wing, and then came in.
Okay. Let me tell them that. Thank you.
Okay, let's see
I've
what they
got some
got.
more info.
I mean, that's,
Preliminary.
you know, and that's what you can kind of deduce.
Yes. I've got some more information.
All right, girl, let's get it. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I spoke with Jose Isea, his PIO with the city of San Diego, confirming to us that the family in this home here that appears to have taken a direct hit from this plane self-evacuated. When you
Oh.
think about that, it sounds like a miracle that everybody is okay. He also mentioned
Wow.
that there were only 2 people from this particular community that were treated by first responders and then released. So far, no one has been taken to any local hospital. Again, this
Really?
information coming from Jose Isea, PIO from the city of San Diego. He also mentioned, and I asked him again, just by the severe damage to this home, did the plane, does it appear that this was the home where this plane made the direct impact? He said that that is what the initial reports indicate. He did mention that a block away from here, it's probably 1 or 2 blocks. We'd have to pull up a map to be certain, but Santo Road, which is just a block away, correct, David? Yeah. Santo Road, he says it appears, the initial reports are that this aircraft hit some sort of a pole, possibly a light pole, lost a wing, and then came crashing into this home here. Again, that's what Jose Isea with the city of San Diego says the initial reports are indicating, or what you can deduce, or what emergency responders are deducing from the damage and what the scene looks like, that this Cessna could have first hit some sort of a pole, a light pole, off of Santo Road, which is a block away from here, lost a wing or some part of the aircraft and came crashing into this home. But again, confirming to us here just moments ago that it appears only 2 people in this entire community were treated by first responders, were released. No one has had to go or to be transferred to the hospital. And the family inside this home self-evacuated. we'll hope to get more information at their update. That's set to happen right at 7 o'clock.
So
we'll probably have to readjust locations here. That's about 15 minutes away from now, and we will have more for you during that live news conference.
okay, so they have a press conference coming up in 15 minutes. The theory is, or it's believed, that this plane clipped, I guess, a light pole nearby, lost a wing, and then crashed into this home. And there's a couple of articles saying that 15 homes are set on fire. That's pretty wild. And the people in this house are okay. Wow, that's amazing. Lucky, very lucky. But I thank God to be alive. Wow. I'm able to sleep again normally. Anytime I hear an airplane flying over, I'd be paranoid. So I'm thinking maybe it might be just the people on the plane that were killed. So far I've seen two yellow tarps. I don't know if there's any other people. Wow. It's a missile attack.
Sorry, Shali, I got a bit distracted. I'm talking to our colleague, Jason Austell, who from KUSI, and he's very familiar with aviation, having been a helicopter pilot a helicopter reporter for so many years here in San Diego. Obviously, now he's one of our anchors at KUSI. But I was just asking Jason, can I bring you in really quick, because he's very familiar with the layout of San Diego, and you were mentioning, Jason, that Montgomery Airport is not far from here.
No, I flew in and out of Montgomery for about 17 years, both fixed wing and helicopters. When I saw the location of this crash, realizing and recognizing that we're in IMC conditions, instrument meteorological conditions, and everything is speculation at this point, but just being here now, I just got here, 2 minutes ago, and looking at the maps and looking at the where the field is, it looks like, and again, it's all speculation, but it looks like an instrument approach that went bad. That's my first thought, just looking at it and you can look right down the pipe and see that Montgomery's runway 28 left and 28 right are right there.
Not very far away from this location. Jason, thank you for explaining that. I just wanted to bring him in. Just obviously, he does know the layout and how close this neighborhood is to Montgomery Airport. But again, we will have official confirmation as to where this plane was going, what direction, and what exactly happened. We don't know why this plane crashed into this home. We have inspectors, PD, firefighters
look
here
like a drone
on this
strike.
Particular property where this airplane hit this home directly. We'll have more for you as we learn it, guys. We'll send things back to you for now.
Who they killed? I gotta change the battery. Bear with me.
Sure. Right. Yeah, and you guys, and you know, to go back to Raul Shali's questions about what an aircraft was doing flying at that early morning hour under those conditions, I can tell you, just even by looking at the Montgomery Regional Airport website, the airport is open 24/7 for aircraft takeoffs and landings. The control tower, according to its website, is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, but after hours, the airport becomes uncontrolled. However, it is technically an open airport 24/7. But again, we don't have specifics and official information as to where this aircraft was going. Was it heading to Montgomery Airport? It's a possibility, or was there some sort of emergency prior to it obviously crashing where it needed to redirect itself? The other thing I'm waiting to hear is what happened to the people on board. Who was on that plane? How many people? We know in terms of city officials, no one had to be taken to the hospital. Only two people here from this community were treated by first responders and released. And the family inside this home that took the direct hit from this aircraft and managed to evacuate, which in and itself is can be perceived as a miracle that they were not hurt in this ordeal, guys.
What's that, radiation detector? What they got over there? Lost footage. Got another one. Oh, they went black too.
Meanwhile, in the car, a young son, and the dogs, and oh, by the way, the husband's on deployment. So you can imagine that there are a lot of people here without their respective spouses as well. So here's the situation. We are awaiting a press conference. What are we going to learn? How many people were aboard the plane? Maybe at the very least. Do we have a preliminary casualty count? But I can tell you, if you're in this area at all, you're certainly appreciative of the fact that you need to stay elsewhere, as it's a very chaotic scene even now. Despite the fact that the crash happened, a little before 4 o'clock this morning. So we'll be back here live in just a couple of minutes, and who's going to lead the press conference? We'll find out when we visit with you at 7. Lauren and Paul, we're back to you in the studio this morning from a very chaotic scene here in the Murphy Canyon, Tierra Santa area.
So some people are asking, where's the plane? Shouldn't we be able to see pieces? I saw one little tiny scrap metal. I don't know. You know, the one in Philly, that plane crash that left a dent in the ground, I think some of those things blow up into small little pieces. Maybe part of it's inside the house.
Gloria is expected to be here for that briefing as well. So, of course, we will be here and we will bring that to you live as soon as it happens. For now, I will send it back to you.
So I should hang on so I can tell them when the press conference is about to start, or should I get on the phone?
Press conference should be starting soon, a couple minutes.
So it did feel a little short. Yeah.
Standing seats. Some airlines are launching standing seats. Y'all just got to stand up for this ride. We're going to cram you into a plane. Cram you. We'll give you a 5% discount. A lot of people will jump for that. You get a 5% discount. We'll give you some, a free booster vaccination. 5% off, mask included. Yeah, I got to stand for this flight. And I know a lot of people will do it to get a 5% discount. They'll jump on this shit. Cram up tight. Times are tough. Cargo bay seats. Here we go. Press conference coming. Kid Cudi's testifying today. Some people are saying he's a snitch. Some people are saying that doesn't apply. He's not into the street life. There's a lot of security outside of the courthouse, I guess, for Kid Cudi. I haven't seen any Ring video yet of the crash. There might be some that comes out. Doorbell camera.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Getting ready for the presser. Maybe they'll give us some information. Hit a light pole, apparently. Dang. That's crazy, man. Do a mistake like that. A Cessna Citation 2. Plane crashes into San Diego home, sparking multiple fires. A small plane crashed into multiple homes in Southern California. The plane made a direct hit to multiple homes, leaving a gigantic debris field. It was not immediately clear how many casualties. They're saying a Cessna Citation 2, which can typically hold up to 7 or 8 passengers. Wow.
don't know. Might want to just ask her.
Kid Cudi.
So, again, I don't know if she's gonna wanted to report from where Kenny's at.
He had his car blown up.
Okay. Well, she made a phone call to somebody.
Let's say he showed up with a cigarette.
She didn't tell me. She just walked away.
Everybody had a piece of Cassie. She was on and off with Kid Cudi apparently.
Oh, dear God.
Kid Cudi.
Jug, there's a plane over there. Get out of there.
Oh God. Man, you really are trying to kill me, aren't you? For fuck's sake, man.
Just waiting for the update, press conference update. Did he, man? He did. He was trying to kill everybody.
Yo, wait. But you just yanked it. You alright?
Oh, hey, look at that.
What do you?
Hold on. That's what I wanted.
Bear. Crystal Lake.
Kid
Can I
Cudi.
borrow an earbud?
There you go.
Just for the moment. Are you?
Left ear, I believe.
Yep. Here's a mic check. I don't hear anything.
Oh no! Oh, whatever. You know what? It's better than the whole camera. Oh, I know better.
I just want to make sure, like, if both you guys hear, like,
See, that can be broken. The camera, we won't see them again. This thing, I mean, I can always let that's what.
okay.
Here it is.
There's that voice you gotta see, you're gonna have to go tell, like.
Yeah. You ready?
Chris yanked on his camera. Well, no, almost technically, I can't say that because I didn't see it, and it's hearsay at that point. I saw it.
We're ready. Yeah. Mic check Ed. Mic check Ed. Mic check Ed.
Still gonna sue you. Wait for the check. Wait for the check. That little check.
Make sure it clears first.
Trust me, I just need an MRE.
Wild Bill is very flabbergasted. Bill Ford.
Well, and one of the other things when you say they're trying to get information is just getting here. We understand there is an assistant chief here.
Chief Logan was out of town at the time, apparently is on his way back and may be very close. But we understand this press conference, which has been delayed until we thought originally 6:30, now it's 7, now it's 7:15. It's not just information gathering. Everybody's stuck in traffic. You can imagine the scene just on the 15. We've told you all about all the road closures, or at least indicated that this is an area where, we've even hiked ourselves to get here, because obviously they want everything free for emergency vehicles, period. You can imagine there are hundreds of first responders here, not to mention just physically San Diego Police and San Diego Fire. So speaking of the press conference, we are told Assistant Chief Dan Eddy is here. He's on the scene, but he's the only one. We understand that Police Chief Scott Wall will be part of the press conference as well. He's trying to get here. We understand that the mayor, and it may be, I would think that maybe Scott Wall probably is here, though I haven't seen him. I'm looking around the corner where all these officers have gathered, obviously, and trying to gather as much information as they can for this presser that's about to start about 7:15 or so. But we also understand the mayor is going to be here as well, Todd Gloria, and traffic is a huge issue. So just speaking of, if you're you normally take the 15 exits and entrances, etc., they're all closed. So here's what we know so far. We are at the Armed Services YMCA. This is where the command post was. When we first got on the scene here along Santo Road, we immediately stopped at the Navy Exchange, because we had heard that might be an area where we can get some information too. What we got was some terrific interviews with people who had just evacuated, self-evacuated. And what was very interesting, again, not to repeat ourselves, but we certainly understand how fluid this situation is, and that people are just joining us and just learning about this. We heard from a Marine aviation tech by the name of Sergeant Leonardo Cavillo, and he had just gotten home after an all-night shift maintaining F-35s over at Miramar, and he went door to door along with his wife and said, listen, get everybody up the hill, so to speak, because all the aviation fuel and the fire is going down into the canyon. Get everybody up. So people self-evacuated. That was not an official evacuation center. In fact, we're hoping to learn more about where people should go physically, because most of these people, they've got their animals and their pets and the clothes they immediately put on, at 4 o'clock this morning. So again, to repeat, this is about 10 minutes of 4 or so. We certainly would think that given what happened here, the plane was probably trying to land at Montgomery as opposed to taking off. Montgomery's over there. Looks like the plane was approaching from the east and slammed into a number of homes here. We understand at least 15 homes. We don't know how many were destroyed, how many damaged, but at least 15 homes were affected. How many casualties there are, will we learn at least preliminarily. Based on a flight manifest, if there is one available, how many people were aboard. I asked the sergeant, I said, in your expertise, can you tell what kind of plane it was? He says, I think it was a single-engine Cessna. So that's what we have from our so-called expert, and he was terrific. The fact that he was keeping a cool head when everybody else was, understandably, trying to get the kids out and get out of pajamas and put clothes on and get the pets in the car. It was pretty chaotic over there, but I will say, this is a military complex. It's Tierra Santa, it's Murphy Canyon. It is a huge military complex of Navy and Marine families. And despite the fact that many of them are without their spouses because they're on deployment, we talked to one, there's a whole mindset with the military, and they do keep, despite the chaos, they appreciate, because of the nature of the spouse's job, they seem to keep a cooler head at a time when everybody's losing theirs. So everybody was in pretty good shape over there. The tragedy of this is, in terms of the casualties on the ground and what's going on behind us here. Again, the intersection is Sculpin and Santo. You see that police cruiser there, just hang a left there behind that fire apparatus, and it's unfortunately the scene of the crash is right in there. So the plane's coming in, we would presume, from the east. I doubt at this point, certainly NTSB at some point will be here. We appreciate that. I doubt we'll find out more about what, was there a communication between the plane and the tower, or was it too rapid? Will we at least preliminarily learn how many casualties there are, just based on, okay, at least we know how many people were aboard the plane as opposed to who was in the homes at the time. And that's where we start to think about, oh my goodness, for all of the evacuees and people keeping a cool head, so to speak, and amidst all the chaos, we're going to have some very serious news if in fact we can get any information on how many people were killed or injured in this horrific crash. So again, we got a huge military complex here. A lot of people evacuated to a nearby school, Miller Elementary. But we will learn, hopefully, was there any sort of communication between the pilot, or was it just, no, it happened too quickly? How many people were aboard? Do we have a general idea about how many people on the ground were killed or injured? And then evacuation centers. There are 2 nearby schools here, Hancock Elementary, which is, I think, closer to the scene than Miller. Again, we're at the Armed Forces YMCA. This is not an evacuation center. This is strictly the command post. We've got dozens and dozens of people in uniform here. Fire department, the homeless outreach team. I talked to 2 guys there. They're assisting. You can imagine every police agency, ancillary though it is, we're not talking about just street patrols and the hierarchy and the assistant chiefs and the chief. We're just talking about anybody and everybody in uniform is likely here to try to assist both with the crash site as well as the civilians. As I said, this is the populace of what's called Murphy Canyon military housing. I think we commonly refer to it as Navy housing at Tierra Santa. How many people have been impacted? And again, these people have no homes to go to at the moment, just the clothes on their backs. But the interesting part was, if they hopefully grabbed a wallet and some money, the Navy Exchange is right there. And I noticed there were several people with wagons and water. Everybody had a pet, some in the car, some outside. And kids, awakened in the middle of the night. We got to go, we got to go. And again, the sergeant saying, hey, we want to move uphill. I'm just monitoring here. I think they escorted perhaps some people in there. Right where you see that police cruiser there, this is Sculpin and Santo, and just to the left is this horrific crash scene. So we, at the very least, we can tell people, all right, here's how we might assist you. And of course, the Armed Services YMCA, they're always assisting people with food and whatever assistance they have, and I'm sure they'll be called upon. The Navy Exchange as well. And we're looking at our time here. It is now 7:15. I'm looking around for Jose. Do we have anything? Trying to get one of the city spokespeople. And again, part of it's not just gathering information. I know the mayor wants to be here and give us some information. And one of the our colleague in communications here with the city of San Diego said, we got a traffic issue. They just can't get here. We had enough trouble on our own because obviously they want to keep these streets clear. This is something, they do train for this. And remember, gosh knows, we were over in Quivira Basin when the lifeguards were, training, etc. So we're going to wrap it up here when we get confirmation as to when the mayor and Assistant Chief Eddie will be here, as well as Police Chief Scott Wall. We'll bring all that to you. But we want to go back to the studio because I think
no
Jason's
Maz,
got,
baby, just like all the news channels
from the scene here.
They're sleeping right now. They're on vacation. So we're waiting for a press conference update, and then after we're gonna do Kid Cudi testimony.
Do you want this back?
Just keep that. Give me the earpiece.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't get to my pocket fast.
Kid Cudi. Nobody's looking. Do it. There you go. I gotta feed these fish. Nobody's watching. Go for it. Got that Diddy powder. Cut the camera. Got that Diddy powder. Let's see if we find another feed. Maybe they're switching to the press conference. Damn, bro. We got too much going on this morning, bro. There's too much going on. Damn, pimpin'. We got something else we might have to cover. How we gonna do it all, man? Oh, shit. I think we need to... Okay, this is what we're gonna do, pimp. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover the next thing and put this on the corner. Oh, man. It was a shooting at the CIA headquarters. What? So let's cover that, and we'll keep this on the side for when they come with the press conference. I don't know. Should we move on to that? Maybe. Bum, 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 bum. Gates closed. He was shot at the CIA headquarters this morning. Damn. No further details. It's the plane crash feed. Yeah. This one's live. CIA, or maybe I'll just leave the CIA in the corner. How many people we got right now? We got 3,000, 3,100.
He's gonna pull in.
Busy morning, and they said that there was some type of shooting at a Jewish embassy as well last night. What's the chat saying? What's up in the chat? Tootsie Roll having apple bottom dreams. That's messed up, man.
Oh yeah, I did hear. Oh yeah. They were talking about that. They like bounced off backboard straight up. I didn't plug my phone in for the longest. I don't know why I got to. I guess.
Private owner. Cessna Citation 2. Damn, man. Flying at night. Supposed to hit a light pole.
Yo. My laptop was put on your driver's side seat. Say that again? I just put my laptop.
So we got two situations. Plane crash and a CIA shooting. Let me see if there's anything about the CIA thing that happened earlier. Person shot outside CIA headquarters by security guards. Somebody tried to roll up. The non-fatal shooting on CIA property occurred hours after two Israel embassy staff members were shot and killed outside DC's Capitol Jewish Museum. Wow. What is going on? What's going on?
Okay, you guys, real quick. We're gonna get set here in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right, let's go.
The show is gonna be with San Diego Fire Chief Robert Logan off the top. He'll be introducing Assistant Chief Dan Eddy with the fire department, who will provide the actual briefing. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall will follow him. He will then be followed by San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria, who will then be followed by Naval Commander, San Diego Naval Commander Bob Healy. Because again, as you guys know, this is all military housing, so we will do that here in about 5 minutes.
Can you have them say their names when they come up? Each time they come up?
Excuse me?
Have them say their names as they come up?
Okay, yeah, and it's Naval Commander, San Diego Naval Commander Bob Healy, Heely. So, but I'll have them go.
Yeah, have them say it.
Jose? Jose?
Is anybody live right now? Are you on there? All right. Mic check on
Mic
for
check,
us.
mic
Channel
check.
2 audio. Mic check. Check, check, check. Test, test, test. We're checking the microphone. We are here at the intersection of Sculpin and Santo Road. Santo is closed right now. We are waiting on a news conference from Chief Wall, San Diego Police Chief Wall, the fire chief, the assistant fire chief, and San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. They are all getting briefed.
Gloria,
Good?
hold
Okay,
my
everybody
hand.
else good? Okay.
Hold my hand and kiss me now. Gloria. Kiss me. Yeah. Love me and kiss me. Now we're talking, baby. Now we're talking. Lift up the whole desk. The whole desk just got elevated. Oh no, no. Night. Oh no. What? Oh. What they doing? Maybe I'll sit. Oh, yeah, they're getting ready to start. Let me switch this channel. About to start.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay, no problem. And you guys have done mic checks and everything's all good? Okay. Chief Logan? Yeah. Introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Robert Logan. I'm the fire chief for the San Diego Fire Department. Spelling of my name is R-O-B-E-R-T, last name Logan, L-O-G-A-N. This morning at approximately 3:45, 3:47, we have reports of a plane down in the Murphy Canyon neighborhood. San Diego Fire quickly coordinated a response for a plane down incident, and our units responded and started to investigate. Upon arrival, they found multiple vehicles on fire, excuse me, and multiple homes on fire. Now I'll pass it to my assistant chief, Dan Eddy of operations, who is here to give you more information.
Dan Eddy, San Diego Fire. So crews arrived on scene. The initial crews have found multiple houses and cars on fire. We had reports of a plane that had crashed in the neighborhood. It was unknown whether it was a military or a private plane. When they got on scene, they initiated quick attack of the fire and upgraded this to what we call an Alert 5, which is a plane off the field, followed by a second alarm, so we had enough units on scene. We were able to work with San Diego PD, evacuate homes across the region as we came through here and evacuate everything to the south of us. We were able to knock down those fires. At this time right now, we are able to say that no one was transported from the scene. So we don't have anybody that was transported off the scene, which is great news for us on this one. Fire was knocked down. We do have one stubborn car fire that will not go out to the south of us. So if you do see little wisps of smoke behind there, that's what that's from. At this time, we're continuing to fight the fire on that car fire. Everything else is out from the homes down the way. We have multiple crews that will be on scene doing decon and investigating. FAA is also on scene, and we're working in conjunction with them and San Diego PD to ensure that everything is searched, including the homes and everything that is involved with the planes itself. We expect to be out here for 4 to 6 hours at least doing the investigation part of it until we pass it along. And then moving forward, we'll probably be here through the rest of the 24-hour period. I'm going to pass it off to Police Chief Scott Wall.
Good morning. First, I want to start by saying our heartfelt condolences to the families that are impacted by this terrible incident. From the police department side, our objectives were very simple: scene control, traffic control, and evacuations. We had officers from throughout the city that responded. We had over 50 officers that were able to get here within minutes. We started evacuating all of the homes that were impacted. We had an evacuation center up at Miller Elementary. We have close to 100 people that have been displaced and are up there. We've locked all the streets down. Essentially, Santo Road south of Arrow is still closed and will be for the next few hours and on into the day. And we're going to continue working collaboratively. I want to commend all of the first responders that were out here this morning: the fire department, the police department. I can't quite put words to describe what this scene looks like, but with the jet fuel going down the street and everything on fire all at once,
it's like a drone
it was pretty horrific to see. For the police officers and firefighters to run in there, start trying to evacuate people out of the way and doing anything and everything they could to try to save somebody's life is really heroic. And again, I'm going to end with saying heartfelt condolences to the families that were impacted by this. And with that, let me introduce Mayor Todd Gloria.
Thank you, Chief. I also want to extend the condolences of the City of San Diego to the passengers aboard the plane's families impacted on the ground. We will be continuing to keep you all posted throughout the day as more information becomes available. But what I can tell you right now is that we have had an extraordinary response effort here, led by the San Diego Fire Rescue Department, the San Diego Police Department. But what you've seen is a collaborative effort with county, state, and federal partners, as well as our partners in the community. As we have representation here from the Red Cross, the San Diego Humane Society, and other key partners that are making sure that those who are impacted here on the ground have the support they need. And that's what I want to say is that our city will be supporting these families who are impacted here. They're part of the military community that makes up our city, the proud partners of our community. And we will support them for as long as it takes to make sure that we get back to good here in Tierra Sana. Appreciate it, the early communication from Navy Region Southwest and Admiral Brad Rosen, who's an extraordinary partner for our city. I also want to note Councilmember Raul Campillo is monitoring the situation very, very closely. He'll be out here later today. But we're all going to be band together and make sure that this situation is buttoned up. Again, extraordinary effort by our first responders. I can't emphasize that enough. The limitation in terms of the additional damage on the ground is a direct result of their hard work, of their expertise, their professionalism. And I think every San Diegan expresses our appreciation to these heroes who got the job done this morning. It's still a tragedy, and again, our hearts are with those who are impacted. And we'll continue to be here throughout this response effort. Make sure, again, the families who are impacted, those who are not able to access their homes, are well supported until they're able to get back into their homes. That said, as I mentioned, this has been a collaborative effort. We are on military property. These are military families, military housing. And here, on behalf of Navy Region Southwest, is the commanding officer for Naval Base, Captain Bob Healy. Captain Healy?
Good morning, Captain Bob Healy, and as the mayor mentioned, I am the commanding officer of Naval Base San Diego. with oversight of the area here in Murphy Canyon. This is one of the largest military housing units in the world. Certainly we have a lot of military families that are impacted. Again, want to send our condolences and thoughts and prayers to all of those impacted by this. Our foremost concern right now is to make sure that we have the safety of our families who reside in the neighborhood behind us. We are doing that down the street at Miller Elementary, and we really appreciate the local cooperative efforts to make sure that our military families are taken care of. So that'll be primary going forward. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone. So thank you very much.
A point of preliminary casualty count
for fire. You stated that there have been no transports. Does that mean if casualties are those on the plane, or has it just not been a full sweep yet?
No, we've done a full sweep. We're doing what's called a fob. So we go in between and we're looking at everything down the airport that we have here. There's a possible debris field all the way back behind us, all the way into here. So we're going to make sure and we do a step-by-step process of going through the housing units that we have down here. No one was transported out of the housing units. That's where I say we were lucky in that fact that no one from those homes was injured that we've had so far. We had some possible minor injuries, but no one was transported from the scene from any of the housing units. All the fatalities right now look to be that they're from the plane. We're working with the FAA right now to find out how many actual people were registered on that plane. We'll have more information for that here shortly when we get those numbers. But everything that's a fatality right now appears to be from the plane itself.
Can you tell us how was it more than one fatality?
Yes, there are more than one fatality that we've found so far, but we're waiting to get the registered numbers that were on the plane itself. It was a private plane. So a private plane, and it was registered out of the Midwest is where the flight originated from, is what we have. We're still getting the final information on it.
And how many people was it able to carry?
The plane itself, I believe, holds 8 to 10 people with the pilot included, but at this time we don't know how many people were actually registered on the plane.
Any communication from the pilot?
We don't have anything on the communication from the pilot.
Was the Montgomery Tower open at the time, overnight?
I believe so, but that's something that the FAA can answer for you. I don't know on that one. On the fire side, I don't know.
But we know of no communication last minute from the pilot of the plane.
I don't have any communication from FAA on that one if they were coming through on that one. On the fire side, we arrived on scene and found the plane into the sides of the houses over here.
Are we going to be able to hear from somebody with FAA?
Yeah, later on we'll have somebody that will come with the FAA. We wanted to come right now and give you the best information that we could at the start here, and then we'll get someone over here to give you more information.
On numbers on damaged homes?
At this time right now, that's what we're doing the fob and walking through on it. I can tell you that there are multiple homes, upwards of 10 homes that are affected. Also, when it hit the street, as the jet fuel went down, it took out every single car that was on both sides of the street on fire. So if you saw the scene, I know some of you had some images from earlier, you could see that every single car was burning down both sides of the street. And so that's something that we're going to have to look at too. That's why you have the wisps of smoke, because we have one car fire that just will not go out no matter what we put on it right now. There is multiple homes that are destroyed, yes. So
I had a question because I was down there at the scene and you saw the one on the corner with a flash roof. Is that the most?
That's the most significant impacted house, is the one on the far east side of that street. That's the most impacted. We are doing that walkthrough right now for looking at multiple items. One, damage to the homes. We're also looking for parts of that plane because it'll be part of the investigation as we go through, right? And then we're also looking for victims.
You say no one was transported from the homes, miraculously.
Yes.
Is it possible some of those, and I know this is very early, were vacant?
It could be that homes were vacant, but at the same time too, our fires crews did a phenomenal job of doing primary and secondary searches. The way that works for us is we have one crew search the entire home, a secondary crew comes in after them, searches it again. Now that we've had daylight, we're also flying our UAS, which is our drone. So our drone is getting flown overhead too to make sure that there's no damage on top of these homes or anyone there either.
Have any of the residents been able to tell you how in the world they survived in terms of your people?
I believe that some of our people ran into residents when they were coming out. I don't have any of the updates on that. It looked like it was heading in Montgomery Field. Yes, if you look, you saw the plane come overhead, was heading in that same direction.
And does planes usually come in that late?
I don't know on that one. On that, I'm unsure on that.
When you say Midwest, that's about all you have?
That's what we have right now. We'll have more information from the FAA on that once we get it. And for us too, it's very important for us to find out how many people were on that plane.
NTSB, have they talked to you and we're on our way from somewhere?
Yes, NTSB is en route also to do the investigation.
Do you know where they're from?
No, I don't.
And you know when they'll arrive?
Hopefully soon. I do not have an arrival time. As soon as we get that to you, we'll get it passed across from our PIO.
Was it all military housing that was was affected?
Yeah, so everything behind us here is all military housing. To the south end of Arrow Road that you see is all military housing around it. We're standing on military housing ground here right now. So it was all military housing that was affected.
And when you talk about the debris field, like how can you kind of describe like how big of a debris field are we talking?
So we're talking about the debris field all the way back to the power lines that you see behind you. So that's where we're investigating from there, trying to keep that area back.
You say power lines.
Yeah.
Possibly, I know you don't want to speculate without the FAA or NTSB, but there's a debris field from power lines that are nearby.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific?
So as you can see behind, there's a clipped power line behind us back there. We're trying to figure out if that was involved from the plane. That's something that they'll be investigating also. I don't have the exact numbers as to if it did hit it or not.
The nature of the debris below the power line would indicate.
That's what we're looking at right now. That's where we're sending. That's why we're sending our second FOB crew to see if it does affect it or not. Our first main concern was the houses behind us, to ensure that those were there. So our first crews went through and searched that. We're now moving our crews over to that debris field behind there with the FAA to work on it.
With the power line clip, do we know about outages right now?
So right now, luckily, we have no outages that have been hit. SDG&E has done a great job giving us updates and ensuring that everything is running well. As the day goes on and more people wake up and go through the rest of it, we'll ensure that we give you updates on that if there is any power affected.
I know San Diego Humane Society is here. We've seen a number of animals carted out of the neighborhood. Can you tell us anything about those animals?
I don't have number of animals. I can get that to you, absolutely. I don't have that
video.
either.
I don't know.
My
We might
main
have some
focus is
video,
trying to
guys.
ensure that we had all the people out of there
gotta
first,
see.
but I can get you all those numbers here shortly.
Do you know whether EMTs were treating people there? We were over at a self-evacuation center, and there were people with burned feet, for example, just trying to get out of their homes. Did you have people on the scene actually treating people?
Yes, we had people on the scene treating people. Nobody was actually transported. The people that were over at your scene were brought back to the scene, treated. They were not transported to the hospital. They decided to sign out. Any other questions?
I think maybe for Captain Healy, what sort of services are available for the folks that are impacted back there?
Yeah, certainly. We've had a community-wide effort to really bring a lot of services we need. I know the USO, the emergency services for the city is, and I've also had multiple organizations reach out, connect, and find ways they can connect with our families. So we're using Miller Elementary as that staging ground right now, and certainly there's a lot of things that we're going to have to look at moving forward for families to rebuild, their lives and their homes and things like that.
Anything that somebody wants to do to help, who can they coordinate with?
You can coordinate with the base, Naval Base San Diego Public Affairs, and we'll take it from there.
How are the evacuated families coping right now?
They're coping well. Certainly they're shocked, and to wake up to this, so certainly we're going to be by their side to make sure that they're properly cared for, as anyone would expect, and really appreciate the community-wide effort to support us in that endeavor.
I don't know if you can talk to this, but we talked to some of the military folks who live in the neighborhood, and they really jumped into action to help their neighbors. Probably a lot of their military training could have really helped out in a situation like this.
Yeah. Well, like the gentleman standing behind me, I mean, we're trained to act, in crisis mode. So many of the sailors, Marines, and others that you saw really, stepped in and took action and got the families out. And certainly the first responders jumped on the scene very quickly to support us. So team effort.
Captain, the day goes along, is it possible there could be another evacuation center beyond Miller? Or is that the official one right now? And we think
At this point, that's going to be the only one at this point. So.
One quick question just to clarify on the fatalities, and I know that you're looking at the plane, but is it accurate to say you believe that multiple people?
It's accurate that multiple people believe we have multiple fatalities. From what we've found so far on scene, we do believe we have multiple fatalities, but we're going to have to go through and take our time and ensure that exactly what we have.
Okay, guys, thank you for being out here and helping us get information out. We'll try to have another briefing before 11 o'clock, so I'll stand by for that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
Was it done before 11? And they still haven't started with Kid Cudi yet? Wow. I thought they said it was going to take 30 minutes tops with the Kaplan guy. All right.
Across from the house. 3197.
What a way to start the day. That plane crash looks like a bomb or a drone strike went off. Oh, by the way, let's check out. This might be video. I don't know. Let's take a look. Somebody sent this clip. I don't know if this is true or not. So, but let's see.
The crash, I swear on everything. He just keeps going up. Doesn't even know where the fuck he's at. Can't even see him.
No, because this happened at 3-something in the morning, so I don't think this is it.
Dangerous as fuck. Oh, there he is. Oh! Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh! There he is! Woo!
No, I don't think
he's crashing. He's going down. He's going down. He is in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. People post a lot of stuff on Twitter, but this happened to San Diego like at 3-something their time. All right, so waiting on Diddy, not Diddy, but Kid Cudi to testify in the Diddy trial, and they still haven't started. It's about to be 11 o'clock in the morning. Where we at? Oh, he's taking a stand. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna transfer over now. Kid Cudi! Kid Cudi, for those that are interested, the Diddy trial. Come hang out a little bit longer. We're going to do a transfer, right? Here we go. Give me a second to set up. I'm going to transfer you guys. I'll drop the link in the chat if it doesn't work. Okay? Kid Cudi testifying. How come I can't hear the sound? Alright. Oh, maybe because I have to close it out, huh? Let's do the transfer.